Everybody's job search journey is different. I can't tell you what will definitely work, but I could tell you potentially the areas in which you can explore and that I've tried myself.
Oh, hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm definitely not using the Copy to Figma plugin from Mobbin, and it's not helping me analyze my competitors either. Oh, and also is not helping me speed up my design process. Please trust me when I say I love manually screenshotting apps. I love sending 30 images with AirDrop. I love waiting for Figma to endlessly load. So guys, please don't use Mobbin to paste your entire user flow to your favorite apps in Figma. And 78,000 users are not using this plugin at the moment. Don't look for the link in the description either. And Mobbin did not sponsor this video.
The first one is, I think you should change, or the industry should change their mindset and their approach to job search. I don't think it was like yesteryears when you could just kind of mass apply because you got your pick of the bunch. I think you need to approach it in a more systematic way, starting with a UX hat. What do you actually care about? What does the company offer? And kind of learn as much as you can about the company before you actually commit, right? So really help, like now you've understood what you want and where you are and things you like, then you can kind of cross map that, what the company does, and really just kind of tailor your application based on those sort of data points from both sides. Then the third thing is the spirit of iteration. Okay, you have to treat it like a product. You are a designer. This is what you do. So how can you expect to improve or land that job if you're not iterating like your product, if you're not testing what works, what doesn't? If you're applying to 100 roles in the same fashion, clearly something is broken. So treat it like a product. The fourth one is very, very simple, is launch and learn, right? The only way to figure out if your product works is if it's out there on the market. You also have to treat job searching like a skill. So it can be improved over time. So what do you need to do better? Is it your analysis? Is your time to market? As Joe said, the quicker you apply, the better, because you're on top of the stack. So what other skills can you kind of collect over time while you treat your job searching as a skill? So that's just my thoughts. And anything to add on there, Joe?
Yeah, so those are very good points, right? So kind of just to answer the question that Salim kind of added on in terms of the numbers that I mentioned earlier. So the numbers that you see on LinkedIn job search in terms of number of applicants is just the number of people who actually click on the button of the easy apply or the apply with LinkedIn. Well, not many people would just click on it and then finish the application, or they would just click it for fun. So it depends, and it's not the most accurate. You still can apply. There's no harm of it. But what I would say that the chances of getting a role still through a job application, the traditional job application online, is very slim. So you want to kind of think of more creative ways of how can you get the attention of the hiring managers and recruiters through other ways. So I like to kind of use the analogy of you are going to a party. Traditional job application online and through the job portals and all that is like trying to get into the front door of the party where you have to wait in a queue. And there's a bouncer there asking you questions, checking your ID and all this, right? Before you can get entered in the party. So that's the way. But there's going to be a long line. There is the back door, which you can get in through referrals. About 70+% of people get jobs through referrals. That is not one that is frequently talked about, but that's another way to kind of get jobs, which is networking with people, networking with hiring managers, networking with recruiters on LinkedIn, commenting on posts, networking with other designers, asking them if there has any job opportunities. If not, most likely the best people to network with is recruiters, hiring managers, and even mentors on APD lists, right? So you can use on platforms like APD lists, get yourself out there, meet with mentors, especially if they are from your dream companies, to ask them questions about their career so that they can put a face to a name. And then from there, if as you share your story, share your struggle, share your portfolio, they can also get a chance to see what your talents is, what your design skills level, and also get to know you as a person. The one that I teach for my clients as well as the community as well, I've reported on a carousel, is coming in from the third door, right? And the third door is the one that either the employees come in or is a lesser known door that people will go in. And this is one that is using a method called MVP. Basically, I have this dream formula, which kind of consists of, first, the D, is that you want to go out and research and discover the top 10 dream companies that you like to work for. And all of this actually comes down back to a lot of self-reflection in terms of what is your vision that you like for your career, what are your strengths, your weaknesses, your preference, your interests, what are you naturally great at. And once you have that, we move on to the next one, which is R. R is reaching out to your dream 100 people. So in those 10 companies that you have selected, find 10 people working at companies, from the hiring manager to the recruiter to those folks who are online on the design team, or even ex-employees from that company as well. Reach out to them on LinkedIn, send a connection request with a personalized message, asking them about their career. How did they make their switch from this company to the next company or this current company? Ask them for advice, ask them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes of their time, so that you can find out more about the company. For you to kind of do your research and determine even if that is a good fit for you. Then you move on to E. E is then you execute on your MVP. All right. MVP stands for the minimum valuable pitch. All right. And this is a pitch that you want to kind of showcase your value in a few slides, under like 10, 11 slides. What are some of the research you have done about the company? What are some of the potential challenges, gaps, and opportunities that you have observed from interviewing people, chatting with people, doing your own secondary research as well? And what are one idea, what is one solution that you have for each of this in just a simple one-liner text? And then you just put up some reference images and supporting evidence about that, right? Based on customer reviews, customer testimonial, and all. Once you kind of compile that deck, on the last slide, you want to kind of share a one-slider. It's like, why are you a good fit for this company? And you send that in the deck to the person that you just checked on your Dream 100 to get their feedback and get their thoughts around it. Again, now, we are putting ourselves out there and showcasing the value that we can potentially contribute. Because if they're hiring for a role, there is a problem that the company is trying to solve. And the best way for you to do that is put yourself out there and show how can you solve it. For me as a hiring manager, I am taking a lot of hiring risks in making sure that I make a good hire. Right? I only evaluating that based on your portfolio as well as your resume, which are past experience. Yes, your past experience may or may not determine your future contribution. I can make a best educated guess, but there's a risk that I'm making as well. But if you can come forward with a pitch to de-risk that for me, make it a no-brainer for me to hire you, because you already kind of did the research, you're clearly passionate and interested in the role, you like the company, you like the people, and you have some ideas to contribute to the team, why not? Maybe move on to A, which is asking for feedback on your MVP as you send it out. And M, after that, is to make a referral or make an introduction request. So if the person is an ex-employee, ask them if they could introduce you to the hiring manager. Ask them if they can make a referral to the hiring manager or the recruiter, so that you can get yourself out there. Is this going to be tough? Is this going to be time-consuming? Yes. Is everyone going to do it? No. Is 1% people going to do it? Yeah, maybe the top 1% of job seekers, right? And only speaking to you. If you're on this call, clearly you're the top 1% as well, who are putting an extra effort into your career. So I urge you to start thinking, how can you rethink about the job search process and that is going against the traditional route? It still works, you can apply, but now you've got so much time and you make the software and tools that make it so easy for you to apply. How can you then think of other ways to apply, right? So increase your chances. Hope that helps.
Awesome, man. That was there's a lot there to unpack, but we are getting so many questions. So let's just dive straight in. One interesting question was,
want to listen to the full conversation? Click the video on screen now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to join us live. Oh, wait. Okay, fine, you don't have to join us for the live stream, but if you like stuff like this, then click that subscribe button. I'll see you on the inside. Bye!